Okay, do you remember back in 2019 when it was announced that Deontay Wilder was going to take on a long layoffed Tyson Fury, a guy that hasn't fought really for 3 years, had two warm-up fights. Okay, so he had two warm-up fights before he took on Wilder, but he was still classed as not really fresh, not really 100%. Remember what the Tyson Fury fans were saying? He's a dosser. He's useless. He's not a good boxer. He's skillless. He's got really thin legs. You need to do more squats in the gym or calf raises to build his legs up because he's skinny, he's lanky, he's borderline cruiserweight. And Fury will outclass him. Remember when they said that? Because I remember it. I remember every word. Fast forward 3 years later, they fought three times. The first fight was a draw, which many think Tyson Fury should have won. The last two fights, beaten. Well, the last fight he was beaten fair and square. The fight before that, yes, there's tempered gloves, but even without the tempered gloves, he still outboxed him anyway. So the last two fights, Wilder has lost easily. Yeah. So you've gone from someone who can't box, someone who's borderline cruiserweight, someone who's got thin legs, someone who has no skills, someone who gets outboxed every fight that he accepts until he finds the right hand, or one-trick pony, right? That's what another thing that they say, one-trick pony, right? All of a sudden now, as of October 2021, after October 9th, yeah? So from October 9th onwards, 2021, Deontay Wilder is now, according to Tyson Fury fans, the second best boxer out there, right? He's the second best boxer in the world, yeah? The second best boxer on the planet. You just can't write it with these people. You seriously can't. The reason why they're saying that is because they're bigging up their golden boy, Tyson Fury. That's all it is. And they hate Anthony Joshua. Because they must hate Usyk as well. They must hate Alexander Usyk. They must do. Because are you seriously telling me that Deontay Wilder is a better boxer than Alexander Usyk? Now, if they believe that, then they're really deluded, right? See, these Fury fanboys hate Joshua so much that they don't want to give him credit for anything, even though he's had miles better opponents than both Wilder and Fury, right? But they don't want to give him credit. Imagine if Wilder or Fury had AJ's opponents. Former WBO champion Judge Parker, former WBO challenger Andrew Ruiz, former unified heavyweight challenger Pulev, former Olympic gold medalist Alexander Povetkin, Dylan White, yeah, Carlos Takam, who beat Derek Chisora, yeah. Who else has Joshua fought? Well, I might miss some people out, but the ones I've just mentioned, Wilder or Fury hasn't fought any of them. None of them. Apart from Klitschko, right? Yeah, Fury fought Klitschko. But other than that, they haven't fought the caliber that AJ has. But they're still in denial, or choose to be in denial, and say that now they're reduced to Wilder is the second best boxer in the planet. Let me repeat that. The second best boxer in the world. They're saying that is Deontay Wilder. Just because their golden boy has beaten him twice in a row, comprehensively. Because what else can they do? They have to big up Fury somehow and belittle Joshua somehow, and that way is saying that this guy is the second best boxer in the world. No, I like Wilder, yeah, as a man, as a person, right? As a boxer, as a boxing fan, somebody who studies boxers, studies styles, you know, studies their ring IQ, right? He is not that good. Deontay Wilder is not that good. I used to think so before, but now that I've watched more of him, he is not that good. He just isn't. And some of the Fury fanboys are arguing, well, look, he's had so many fights unbeaten. Yes, who has he fought? You put 10 below average men in front of me, I'm going to beat them all. Put 30 average, decent, but not that good men in front of me, I'm going to beat them all. Put some world level fighters in front of me, I might not be unbeaten, right? If I ducked a few of them, I'd probably be beaten like Fury as well. These people just seriously don't have no boxing brain. I'm on about the fans. Now, I know not all Fury fans are like this, they're not, but a lot of them are. It's just an epidemic with them, not now. That they struggle or refuse to see any good in AJ. I'm not saying you have to be his biggest fan, obviously, no. I don't like Fury, but I can appreciate what he's done, you know. I can appreciate him winning a title. I can look at Fury and say, yes, the guy can box, the guy's good, the guy can move. Even though I don't like him, I can look at him and say, yeah, he's good, he can box well. I like his movements, he's got good ring IQ. He fought Klitschko and beat him, yeah. But these Fury fanboy haters refuse to give AJ any credit whatsoever. So much so, now Deontay Wilder is the second best boxer in the world, heavyweight. I mean, like I said, they mustn't like Usyk either, because Usyk beat AJ easily, right? And if anything, he is the best boxer out there, because he's got majority of the belts. And not only that, he was former undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. Now he's unified heavyweight champion of the world, right? You don't do that unless you're world class. His punch output, his footwork, his angles, nobody can rival that. Not even Tyson Fury. Look at his last fight with Wilder. He wasn't that good, really, was he? Bloody hell.